So I've come to the conclusion that I think I've broken Football Manager 2019. So those of you that have watched my last few videos will know that I have holidayed 100 years into the future on FM19. And we discovered a really weird bug where a player called Victor Awakwi had reached the age of 101. So we had some fun. We brought him into the England team and watched him play. He did quite well, surprisingly, considering his age. But I've done some more digging. And I have found a lot of players. This seems to be a huge problem on this particular save. I have broken FM19 because there's numerous players. I've just gone to my shortlist, selected players aged 40 to 99. And there's so many players on the game that are pensioners, basically. Look at them. I mean, there's some players that have started off on the route to 100 years old, as you can see. I don't know if this player's got a problem. He might just be a 40-year-old player that happens to be still playing, I guess. But it could be another one of these players. But there's loads of 99-year-olds, 98. There's just so many. So I thought in this video I'd have a look through some of these players' careers because it's just crazy. It really is. If you did miss the last few videos of mine though, please go and check them out. Victor Awakwi put in a stellar performance for England. Brilliant stuff. But I'm just going to go down the list of these players and have a look at their histories. We'll start with this Argentinian chap, Sebastien Lozano. He got 7 under-20 caps for Argentina earlier on in his career. But as you'd expect, most of the physicals for these players are awful. The technicals generally are awful as well. But the mental attributes are quite good because as they've got older, they've got wiser, I suppose. I mean, the media description's brilliant as well. Veteran centre-back. I mean, you can't get much more veteran. He's been on the lookout for a new club for 66 years. So he hasn't actually played since 2054. However, he still hasn't decided to retire. So this particular player, it's not to do with the contract issue. Before, we knew it was the contract issue. He was joining a club in 1900. This was Victor Awakwi. And that was why it had gone wrong, because it had set a start date with his new club way back in the past. This isn't the issue here. This guy has literally just decided not to retire. So the last game he played was in 2054. Pretty awful average rating. He's never been particularly good. He's played in Argentina for the same club his whole career. So I don't know if this is going to be a pattern. One club men. Maybe it results in them just never retiring. He's actually got some staff attributes as well. He could be a manager, but he wants to play football, does Sebastien. Let's move on to this German chap then, Gökhan Donat, who likewise 66 years ago retired and hasn't found a new club. And once again, a one-club man. He barely played. He played 15 league games in his career, and he still wants to be a footballer at the age of 99. But look at him. He wouldn't be a bad player for some teams. Corners 20, free kicks 20, long throws 20, 20 on penalty taking. I suppose he's had 99 years to actually practice these. Every player should be that good after 99 years, surely. He's got a brilliant captain. He's brave. He's got excellent teamwork. He's got incredible jumping reach for a 99-year-old, using his Zimmer frame as a kind of a boost, I suppose, to reach up. He's actually quite good for 99 years old, so I find it very weird that he only ever played 15 league games. It possibly could... it might be because this is a level of Germany that we haven't loaded. So he might have played more games. This is probably just the cup games. Oh no, it does say league. I don't know. I don't know what's happened there. But for whatever reason, he's still around, and he could do a job at lower league. I know he's got no pace or whatsoever, but... set piece specialist, wouldn't mind him being in a team in a lower league. Same with Rondell Still. 20 corners, 20 free kicks, 20 long throws, 20 penalties. 20 bravery, leadership and teamwork once again. He's basically the English version of the previous player, but he's a centre-back. And he's got a bit more of an interesting career because he's not a one-club man. By the way, he got 20 under-21 caps for England as well. Can have a read through his biography. I'm not going to go through every single player because we'll be here all day, but we'll look at the sort of 90-plus year olds, I suppose. But this is a very interesting career because he started at Coventry, Bristol City for quite a few years, played plenty of league games, not the greatest average rating, never really scored any goals from centre-back apart from in his last season for Hull City. But he moved, it's £21.6 million worth of transfers as well, played in the top flight of England and in the Championship as well. Not a bad play. He's got staff attributes. Head of youth development. Not the best, but he's good at defending coaching. He maybe should look into doing that, really. It's just so amazing this. Now we've got a Mexican goalkeeper, Mario Cano, who has been on the lookout for a club since, well, 2050, for 70 years. So we've got plenty of players without contracts. So it's not just Victor Owakbi getting stuck at QPR, bankrupting QPR. Players have been released and just not found other clubs. It's really weird. However, we do have a player down here. We'll just quickly look at Robert Deutsch, perfect name for German, 99 years old, 20 team works, 14 on finishing, 14 on composure, 15 on off the ball. We've got a striker here, guys. I mean, his physicals are atrocious, but he knows where the back of the net is. He's not played since 2052. Likewise, he's just not really played, but it might be because it's a league that we haven't loaded. Jason Johnson, great alliterative name. He's another set-piece maestro, also good aggression and determination, as you can see there. See, some of these players, considering they're 99 years old, they're in a bloody retirement home, and they're still excellent footballers. He's also a centre-back and a scout, by the way. He's a centre-back with all these brilliant set-pieces. That is just really weird. He hasn't found a club he hasn't played since 2015. Oh, he's at West Brom, though. This is weird. It says he's at West... Is he a scout at West Brom? Is he a scout at West Brom? We can read his biography, can't we? He moved to West Brom. Yes. Okay. So he is a scout who's 99, but he's still got playing attributes. But he has... Look, if we just go down here, you can read his biography. He started as a chief scout at St Albans. No, he was a chief scout of Poole, in fact. Then St Albans. Then Crewe. Then Exeter. I suppose he's just worked his way up, and now he's at West Brom. He was at Man United as a scout, and he's been everywhere. So why isn't he retired from playing, though? He's not played, but he still could play, and he's got some ridiculous attributes. And he's 99. He's not even retired from being a scout. He's just completely broken. German, 99-year-old, once again set piece specialist. I suppose they just get maybe some teams are training them up, and they're just getting really good at set pieces over the years. Josh Bradbury, he's a free agent as well. Another set piece maestro. He's hasn't played since his days at Alfreton in League Two back in 2056. As you can see, they started at Chelsea though, and they didn't earn any England caps though. Let's keep going. There's so many of them. I might skip down to some players that actually have contracts with teams, because there are some interesting ones further down. So Swansea, there's a player playing for Swansea. Does it show his history? No, he finished at Gillingham. So Victor Owakbi is kind of unique in the fact that he's still playing at the age of 101. These players aren't actually playing. They're able to play, but they've chosen not to play. So this guy's a scout as well. I've broken the game. I don't know, by Holiday 100 years into the future, it doesn't usually break the game, but on FM19 I have broken the game. Sports Interactive are aware of this bug because I did report it on the forum, so we'll have to see if it's rectified for the full game. I know someone replied saying they'd had a similar issue on their game as well. So it is a known issue. Let's see if we can find someone who's still playing. I think this Portuguese goalkeeper is. So he's 95 years old. And let's see. Yeah, we found some. Oh my. And he's actually played every single season as well. We've loaded the Portuguese league. So is this the third tier of Portuguese football? I think so. Which I haven't loaded. He is still playing. Let's go back to him. Where are we? Let's get back to... Blimey, I'm stuck in a loop. Here's João Pinto. Okay. So he started in the top division of Portugal. But he dropped down to the regional league. Is it regional league? What, third tier? He's played every single season. This is ridiculous. How many games has he played? 1,432 games. This is brilliant. He's conceded 2,470 goals. So less than 2 a game, actually. He's only actually kept 137 clean sheets in that time. That's not great, is it? 40 Man of the Match awards as well. 5.44 average rating. They're still playing him despite... Look at these average ratings. 4.83 for an entire season. It's just recent 4.39. How's it so bad? It's probably because of his age, let's be honest. Look at his physicals. He's got 14 on tendency to punch and 14 on command of area. His contract, £350 a week, doesn't have any clauses, so fortunately they haven't bankrupted themselves by paying him ridiculous amounts of money. We will find some players on ridiculous amounts of money, but this is the same issue as the Victor Owakwe thing. So he was going to join another American team, that seems to be the problem, in 1900, and he didn't, and he's got stuck at this team ever since, and he's still playing. Andy Barker playing for West Brom, 94 years old. Yes, another play. There we go. Although he's only ever played 46 league games. He played in the Championship 47 times that entire season. He played one Premier League game in his entire career. And he did quite well, 7.3, got an assist. Why didn't they play him other than that? He's been playing for the reserves. But why has he not been playing like first team football? I mean, I know why he's not been playing recently, but why didn't he play at the start of his career? He got an under-21 cap as well. But look, he's 94. He was going to join, where's this? The American team as well. And he's on £275,000 a week because he's got this 5% yearly wage rise. He's got 12% of the West Brom wage bill, so it's not actually bankrupt West Brom. Are they currently in the Premier League? Where have I gone? Yeah, West Brom are in the Premier League, despite the fact they've got this player that's been with them for so long. Because he won't be on like any of these lists, I don't think, because he's basically never played for them. I love this. It's just, it's incredible. Has he ever won anything? He's won the League Cup in 2047. But he's just not played he's only played reserve football, really. Now, this is someone that was spotted by one of you guys in the video about Victor Owakwe, Paulo Vieira, who is a Portuguese 94-year-old. He also has the issue of trying to join an American club, and he's on a 5% increase every year, so he's earning £30,500 a year, which is only 2% of the sporting wage budget. They've actually done really well. They've dominated Portugal for a few years. But you can see here, he has played the odd game. He started in the 2040s, played a few games. He played 131 league games in total in his career as a centre-back. But he did play a game here, which he'd have been in his, 70s at this point? He played one top division substitute appearance, 6.4 average rating. He has been playing reserve team football as well, as you can see. This is just fantastic. He was due to join Columbus Crew at the end of his contract in 2048, but it just didn't happen, and he's been on some sort of rolling contract since 2045. I love it. Let's have a look at some others then. So maybe this chap as well. He's 89 years old. Yep, likewise. Hasn't really played much football. He played quite a few games at the start of his career, but since then he's only been playing reserve football every now and then, not every single season, as you can see. So it seems that the players that out of contract end up having ridiculous set-piece stats. This guy hasn't, but he's got good bravery, leadership and teamwork. And they end up being scouts, it seems. But the players that end up stuck at a team, they don't have amazing attributes technically at all. This guy's got 17 on marking. They have good mentals, terrible physicals. Apart from this guy's quite similar to Victor actually. They don't have really good set pieces. It's just weird, but brilliant. Weird but brilliant. Let's have a look at the highest contract, shall we? Wage wise. So this guy's 80s on 425k a week at Bordeaux. He's meant to be joining LA Galaxy, and he's stuck at Bordeaux, and he must be bankrupting them. Where are Bordeaux? In fact, it will say here, won't it? So yeah, this is the. Oh no, that's the reserves, isn't it? Looking at the reserves. What about Bordeaux? Where are they? Let's look. They are in Ligue 1, but his contract is 23% of the wage budget at Bordeaux. He's earning 425k a week with a 5% increase. Fantastic. He was meant to join LA Galaxy in 2072. He's been on this rolling contract since 2068. Just think how much it's going to go up to if we continued into the future. I did put the save file in the 100 years into the future video, so if you want to download that and continue as far as you can, depending on how powerful your computer is, then you can let me know. I'm happy to do a video. I don't really have the time to holiday past this point because it's really slow now because we're quite far into the future and the file is big. But these contracts, Andy Barker was the second biggest. Lars Brack at Schalke. We've got a player at Liverpool. So he's only 62, only 62, but he is earning 145k a week, and he hasn't played a game since 2079. So he has played some Premier League football. Oh, Championship. It's when they were on loan at Huddersfield. So he's not actually played in the Premier League, I don't think, at all. Has he been playing reserve? He has been playing reserve football at the age of 62. I mean, he's actually picked up a Champions League winners' medal. Apparently, even without playing. I don't understand how, but he has. Whilst recording, I've literally been sent a tweet by James Mackay. Thank you for this. He spotted a real-life player. It's not just regens. A real-life player, Michael Lansing, an American. I don't know if it's something about America, but he's 100 years old. I didn't think this was possible because I thought it reset. I know what it is. Real players, they reach the age of 100. It's the same if you create a manager profile. You reach the age of 100 and then you stay at 100. So he was born in 1994. In 2094, he turned 100. He's been 100 since then. So he's actually a lot older, but the game doesn't allow him to be more than 100. With regens, it obviously resets. It reaches 99 and they can't go past that point. But with real players, they can reach 100. But this is amazing. He's played 1,952 games. He's a goalkeeper. It's ridiculous. So he was playing first team football for so many years from the start of this save. As he got older, his average rating went down, but they continued to play him for some reason. I have no idea, considering how atrocious he was, up until 2095. That is incredible. And then after that point, nothing. Okay, here we go. We've got loads of real players that reached 100 if we sort by age. This is... oh my. This is ridiculous. I really have broken Football Manager. Look how many players are 100 years old. There's loads of them. So somehow I found a regen that has reached the age of 100, which I didn't think was possible. I thought they reset at 99 and then the next year they'd go back. But this hasn't happened to Vedran Plum at Hoffenheim. Now, he hasn't played for ages. He's actually a scout. Once again, another scout with ridiculous set pieces, categorised as a key player, even though he's a scout. It's just broken. I've broken this game. There's so many players aged 100. Alejandro Whitehead, great name. Once again, a player that's meant to be moving to America. Now, he is still playing, but he's not playing at League One level. In fact, he hasn't even played in the reserves for a long, long time. When was the last... where am I going? Here we are. When was the last time he played? Oh, he hasn't played since 2038. Why isn't he? I'm sure he could do a job at League One level, maybe. He's a goalkeeper. One on acceleration and pace, but that's not important for a goalkeeper, is it? He's got eccentricity. He's got tendency to punch, rushing out, throwing. Terrible kicking. Probably not ideal reflexes of one. I suppose that makes sense as a 100-year-old goalkeeper. He's the Mansfield. Is he a scout? He's not anything. He's literally a player. He won League One Player of the Year twice, apparently. So he can't have been that bad, can he? Capped at under 19 level for England as well. This is exceptional, isn't it? Now, I feel like I'm going to have to do a video where I play another friendly with England. I already did one with Iwakwe, but I call up loads of like 190 and 99-year-old players to the England team. That would just be brilliant. I'd love to see that. I think the next friendly would be in September, so I'd have to holiday into the future a bit. And I don't know if that will break these 100-year-olds. No, it's not. In fact, he was born he's actually 109, this guy. So why do some of their players have their ages reset and others don't? What is this all about? I've just completely broken Football Manager 2019, haven't I? We're up to the 97-year-olds. So there's actually a few real players here, aren't there? Is this player real? No, he's a regen. So maybe there's only one real player. Harris. There's loads of 100-year-old regens available on a free. You could build it. This guy is real because he's not got a regen face. So a Mexican goalkeeper who hasn't played since 2032, but still on the game as a player. Apparently he's a scout. Has he been a scout for a... He's not... No, not a scout. A manager, sorry. He's not actually managing. 85 years since he played. He's still alive. Well, how old is he? 1996. Wow. Still alive. Amazing, really. How many of these players? Oh, Ojo. Is that Ojo? Yeah, this is amazing. He was capped by Nigeria, sorry. And he's not played since 2032, but he's still on the game as a player. But he's got staff attributes, head of youth recruitment. Has he been head of youth recruitment anyway? I don't think so. So bizarre. So bizarre. But I don't know if there's much point looking at every single player for you. Oh, Matty James. Insane set pieces. And once again, the same really good mentals. Literally nothing physically about him. He became a coach of Ipswich Town in 2053. And a coach at Carlisle United in 2058, but nothing since then. Don't know if there's any other names you may spot, but I mean, I could do another video, and I could look at so many players. It's similar stories though. Most of them are free agents that have just got stuck. For some reason they haven't retired. They're really good at set pieces. You could just build a really good team. Well, a team that are really good at set pieces. It wouldn't be a really good team, let's be honest. But I think we'll end it there. Thank you for watching this ridiculous video. I don't know how this has happened. Oh, David Raya, the goalkeeper, the Blackburn Rovers goalkeeper. Moved to Celtic, then Man United, then to Rangers. Hasn't played since then, but he's still on the game. He's almost 125 or something, isn't he? Crazy. But yeah, we'll end it there. Thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please leave a like button. It's just so bizarre. I could look at this for ages because there's just so much here. If you want to download the save file, I'll try and remember to put the save file in the description below. But yeah, it's completely messed up. Until next time, enjoy Football Manager 2019. Enjoy the rest of your day. See you very soon.